You weren't just an aisle, you were a pilgrimage. Not flashy like a theme park, not elaborate like a haunted house. You were simpler than that, stranger than that. You lived quietly between the shampoo and the greeting cards. But once a year, you transformed. And I came to you with the reverence of someone entering a waxy fluorescent temple. I returned like clockwork, same time every year. Always on Friday, always after school, always with the scent of leaf smoke clinging to my windbreaker. The first cold snap in the air, the sun starting to set a little earlier than it should. And there you were. Shelves suddenly lined with plastic pumpkins, candy eyeballs, glow-in-the-dark vampire teeth, and makeup kits that made promises no 8-year-old could really fulfill. You made magic out of talcum powder and grease paint. Ben Cooper costumes, boxed like dolls, lined the walls like sentries. Cellophane windows offered peeks into molded masks with eye holes just a little too wide, expressions frozen somewhere between cartoonish glee and eternal torment. Spider-Man, the Devil, Raggedy Ann, Darth Vader. Each one an identity waiting to be assumed for one sugar-charged evening in October. The costumes never quite fit right. The plastic was stiff, the strings on the mask snapped if you sneezed too hard. But we didn't care. We became monsters, superheroes, witches, pirates, dead presidents, and radioactive skeletons. I'd walk that aisle slow, real slow, dragging my fingers over the crinkled capes, latex masks, the plastic cauldrons, the candy corn that smelled like dust and synthetic joy. Everything was cheap and temporary, but to me, it was holy. It was the first true sign of the season. It meant the veil was thinning. It meant mischief and masks and nighttime belonged to children again. And sometimes, I didn't even buy anything. I didn't have to. It was just enough to be there. To stand in the sacred scent of wax teeth and rubber scars and feel the thrum of something older than the calendar. A ritual we didn't need to name to understand. You taught me that Halloween wasn't just a day. It was a feeling, a becoming. Now that old drugstore is a bank, or maybe a boutique that sells ethically sourced hair extensions. No sign that you were ever there. But I still visit, not in person, but in memory. I still walk that aisle, every October. In my mind, I reach out and let my hand hover over the plastic pumpkins I dreamed of filling with treats. I hear the distant hum of flickering lights overhead. I feel the excitement rise in my chest, and for one brief moment, I'm there again. And you're waiting. This has been a love letter to a forgotten thing, and to the sacred stretch of linoleum where October first came alive.